Yar, I'm back. Forget what you saw just then. It's me. I'm back again to talk about Back to the Future Part 2. Now, when the film was released, it was met with mixed reception, and like these days now, it's regarded as one of the best sequels, and fans prefer it to the third one, and they still see the first one as the best. But Back to the Future 2, it gave us the hoverboard. It gave us more great effects, awesome performances, and yes, recasting. So yeah, Marty, he goes back, he goes forward to the year 2015. So it starts off where the first ended. Doc arrives in the time machine and says, Marty, you gotta come back with me. He's like, Back to the Future. So we have an update of the time machine. It's got Mr. Fusion. So the Doc fills it up with trash, and then he takes Jennifer along. And then there's that awesome line, roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. But as I say, oceans, where we're going, we don't need oceans. So they end up in the year 2025. No. See what happens when you travel back. Things change, and the year 2015. So Marty's there. Jennifer, of course, she's left there because she has this mind thing done to her, so she doesn't find out too much about her future. Marty confronts Biff. He sees his son. He defends his son by standing up to Biff. Then you got that awesome hoverboard scene. And then old Biff is like, something very familiar about this. So yeah, Marty changes the events because his son was going to go to jail for doing a thing with Biff, but Marty stops that, so the gang goes to jail. And then Jennifer's returned home. She's thought to be the Jennifer of 2015. And then she is waiting in the closet. Marty comes home. He has that confrontation with Needles, who's played by Flea of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He gets him to do this transaction thing. Marty's fired. He says it's a joke. We get the rehydrated pizza. Of course, we got that awesome Pepsi bottle, which was released in 2015, but it wasn't correct. Why they can't get things correct when they release things based on movies? Turbo Man's not right. The Talk Boy wasn't right. The Pepsi bottle wasn't right. What's next? Oh yeah, the video game. Back to the Future video game. You had one DeLorean scene. The rest of it made no sense. Then you had the other ones which weren't so good. And then the one in Japan was perfect. Then you had one which was released, I think, 2015, which was good. And yeah. So all this crazy stuff is happening. So Jennifer, she comes to. They go back. And then Marty, he has to do stuff at the school. So they go back to 1955 because Biff, the future Biff, stole the almanac. He goes back, gives it to himself, and then Marty and Doc go back there to get the almanac. And when they return to the alternative 1985. Biff is married to his mum. He's shot Marty's dad, and the makeup is great. The effects are still awesome, and we get that great chase scene in 1955 when they go back, because they have to go back and then they have to go forward. And yeah, when they go forward, they go back, and when they go back, they go forward. So yeah, they recreate that scene. Biff crashes into the manure truck. Marty still has the hoverboard. And yet has the infamous drag race where Marty would have crashed and he didn't. Because he went back in time, and the time machine's flying in this one. Biff sees it, it's like flying DeLorean. I haven't seen one of those since. And there's a deleted scene where when old Biff comes back, he starts disappearing, but was considered too dark. Like you see him, he's losing energy. It hurts. He saw himself in the past, and in the future, he's getting erased. So yeah, it teaches us a lot about time travel and how things can change. I got 2020, and yeah. So Back to the Future 2 was very influential. Like we still haven't got a hoverboard, and like the merchandise for these films are great. Like you got little DeLoreans everywhere, and people made their own version. But yeah, Back to the Future 2 is considered the best time travel film ever. It's a great sequel. It was, yeah, views were a bit mixed back then, but today it's well respected. It is. It's, yeah. So yeah. So yeah, Back to the Future, and you caught me on a spin cycle. Yeah, I think we need to wash up things here. Dude, hey, what are you doing? I'm about to take a shower. You knew what was coming. Bon voyage, me hearties.